It's just not very compressed. Do you ever feel like you just don't compress the golf ball? Although that shot I just hit was okay, I really felt like that just hit the bottom of the golf club. You saw there was no divot. Really didn't feel like I could squish that club face and ball together like you see the guys do on TV. Well, the good news is I'm going to share something with you that I find is very, very simple to do and can work almost instantly when you go to the range and on the golf course. So during this lesson, let's get you compressing that golf ball a lot more, hitting it further and making more solid contact. So what I need to explain first is what you've always been told in the golf swing. And I want you to understand this. I don't disagree with this. In fact, I use this myself and I use it with students that I teach all around the world. However, for some players, it just makes it really hard to play the game of golf. So what I'm talking about is that we've always been told that we need to shift pressure in the golf swing. We've always been told that we have to shift our pressure from right foot to left foot. Now, I 100% believe that to be true, and I 100% teach that on a daily basis. However, there are some golfers that just really struggle with being able to transfer the weight to the right foot and being able to time that downswing sequence along with the rotation that we need in order to, number one, hit the ball solidly, and number two, square the club face. So in order to combat this, what I would ask you to do is to set up to the golf ball with pressure already on your lead side. So what that will do for you is that'll take out one element of having to get over to the right-hand side, recenter to the left, and then turn. What if we set up to a golf ball that's already having us on that left side ready for impact? All we then need to do is turn and turn. And theoretically, we would already be in a really good impact position. So that golfer that really struggles with moving off the golf ball, you see that golfer move to the right, but they don't quite get enough pressure back to the left. And what happens is, upon impact, you're going to see a shaft that's very neutral, and we're going to see an angle of attack that's very shallow, and we're going to see the bottom of the golf club meet the golf ball, no turf interaction, and we get that shot that I hit at the start of this video. Very clunky, doesn't go very far, it's just not compressed. So what I want you to do is this. I want you to take your setup position, make sure the ball is in the middle of your stance, grip the golf club and place 60 to 70% pressure on your lead side already. So what it would look like is this. We're going to start 50-50, pressure into the left, and allow that golf club or that shaft to lean forwards. Now what we're going to do from here is we're not then going to start our backswing by moving over to the right hand side. We're going to essentially keep our pressure forwards. Now some of you might be thinking, oh, this is just stack and tilt. He must just teach stack and tilt. That is incorrect. I don't teach stack and tilt. I have learnt what stack and tilt is, and I apply some of that to players that might struggle with the movement off the golf ball. And like I said, you don't have to swing like this for the rest of your golfing life. You can just do something like this as a drill, as a feeling of what it feels like to stay in that lead side and really feel like you're compressing the golf ball. From there, you can then start to turn off the golf ball and then get back to that lead side. But if you don't know what that already feels like, how are you then going to do it while moving to the right and then to the left? So we take that setup again. So we get set up, 60 to 70% pressure on that lead side, lean that shaft forwards. And I want you to feel as you take the club back, you're actually going to stay on that left leg as you turn. So what you might feel is a very centered turn. The one thing I don't want you to do, just be careful with this, I don't want you to feel like you're moving even more into that left leg. That would be something called a reverse pivot, and then the opposite of that would be to come back. That's not what we want to do. We basically just want to feel 60 to 70% on that lead leg, and I want you to keep that pressure there during the backswing, and then feel like you can just turn in the downswing. And you'll see that I'm super far in front of the golf ball, and I've got no choice but to compress that golf ball and have a really nice strike. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer, this ball should come out nice and low. This might not be ideal for long irons, not if you want to hit them higher. So once again, I'm providing you here a drill to learn what it feels like to compress that ball. I'm not saying that you should do this every single time with every single club. So let's give this a go. We're going to set up to the golf ball, ball in the middle of our feet, 60 to 70% pressure on the left. Get that shaft leaning forwards. Feel like when you're turning, you're staying on that lead side. Come down and hit the ball with some nice compression. And you can see there that it's just almost impossible for me not to hit the ball out of the middle of the face. And it's almost impossible for me not to create a divot in front of the golf ball. You could see that strike was really, really good. I had a ton of shaft lean at impact. That ball come out really nice. I've only got an 8 iron. It come out at a medium trajectory, but that was a really nice feeling golf shot. Something that I could take to the golf course almost straight away. Now again, as I've said numerous times throughout this video, start off with your pressure forward and eventually work your way back so that we can actually start to swing with perhaps a little bit of pressure moving to the right leg, but then feeling like we can transfer to the left and turn. That would be the next progression. So what that would look like is just a normal golf swing, turning to the right, moving to the left, and still get a very similar result. So that ball come out very nice, a little bit higher than when I was a little bit more stacked on that lead side, but you saw that the impact alignments were almost identical, maybe just a little bit less shaft lean, but ultimately I can still perform the one where I'm leaning forwards and the one where I'm just swinging normally. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you can get out to the range and try this yourself. So if you're someone who struggles with compression, give that a go. Make sure you're exaggerating it at first. You want to be seeing a nice low ball flight, a nice divot in front of the golf ball, and slowly work your way back to what I'd consider a normal golf swing. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. Hopefully you can now stand up on the tee block, compress that golf ball, and have a little bit more fun with your ball striking.